start. This is a homemade driver I made for an M140 laser that I got, and I made this out of spare leftover parts. Anyway, and then I put a voltmeter on it so you can set the voltage, an amp meter, you can see how much the amp it pulls, and then you got this switch that turns it on, and you set your voltage, and you got this switch turns the laser on. This is your power outputs, and this is your voltage adjustment. And like, okay, if it's on, it goes from 2.2, which the meter's a little off, it shows 2.5, but, and it'll go up to 5 volts out. And so it makes a good dimmer, good dimmer knob for the circuit, and for the laser. Okay. Now this part, I don't know for sure, but this is was a chart I wrote down off the internet that was for the M140 diode, and so anyways, on my homemade circuit though, I can get 1.25 amps out right in here at 4.5 volts. So on the chart, this row is volts and this was amps, and this row was light output that was measured. So it falls between the 1.692 and the 1.824. It's about like 1.75 watts light output, possibly. This chart though, the guy was using a G2 lens, and whereas I got a different lens, so, and I don't have a laser meter, and I'm not sure you can even go by this theory, but that's just one thing that it might be. I know it's powerful enough to burn things, and anyhow, it's based on this weird simple circuit that's not, it's another unorthodox way of going, but it's a plug-in type circuit. So here I got a 6 volt 2000 milliamp adapter from China I got off eBay, and I got the switch here, that's where it turns the circuit on. And the circuit is just it's an LM338 adjustable voltage circuit that I seen on the internet, but I modified it a little bit because it wasn't getting any more than 1000 milliamps out. In its original form, it had a fixed 150 ohm resistor here coming around to that, connected to that point, and had this 2K pot. Anyway, I took that resistor out and I put a fixed 33 ohm half watt there, and then that hooked onto a large 100 ohm knob that then connected to that point. And I put the knob in so that when it's turned counterclockwise, it's 100 ohms, and so that gives like an adjustable voltage between 2.2 and 5 volts out, which also at 5 volts out, when the laser diode's on it, it drops to, it's really only 4.5 volts out at 1250 milliamps. And the capacitors are the same ones that was in the circuit. I didn't mess with them because some stuff I read about that said mess with the timing of the chip and everything, and so I didn't go that route. One thing about it is, though, is you don't want to turn the pot to less than 3 volts with the knob set at 0 ohms. So you just use the knob to move the voltage. You want the pot already set because it was already set when I made this circuit. The way around that though, where that pot's set at when it's 5 volts out is 105 ohms. So basically you could, instead of putting that pot there, you could put a 100 ohm resistor there and get about the same results. And other than that, you got your voltmeter is across the 2 output leads, and the amp meter is after that in line with the positive out, and then your laser switch after that, your laser diode, and drawn under it there's the pin out of the laser diode. Okay, let's see. Yeah, that's it for that thing there. Let's see. Oh, and other than that, this is the laser, which I don't know. I have to get over there to see if it's seeing that right. The laser, it's in a industrial lens housing. That industrial lens is like the $13 one from China off the internet, and then it's got this like I think it was a 18 millimeter. I think that's the inner diameter hole of it. Like it's a heat sink with like 7 rings around it, and it had a little stand so you can adjust it and stuff like that. And inside of that anyways is the M140. The M140 445 nanometer 2-watt blue laser. And okay, that's it for that part. I also forgot to say a while ago anyways that the focal point of this lens is between 32 and 42 inches. So anyways, I only got a few seconds here, so I'm going to try to get a shot of it, let's see, hitting this black cardboard that's propped up. It's a little square cardboard right there. That's about as far as I can zoom it. Alright, here we go. That was about maybe 3 seconds. And let me see if we can find. Okay, oh, it was that one. I hit it a couple times trying to. Anyway, you see that hole? It burned that hole right through there. And let's see. Let me put that back and zoom this back back out a little. I want to get a side shot of the beam if I don't run out of time here. Okay, one more shot. Let's see. Alright, that's the beam. And that paper was smoking again. Anyway, I'm going to have to cut it off. That's all the time I got.